Hi guys, what's up? Hope you guys are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. This is a very special video for me because I have one of my mentees, Muskan. Thank you so much for being on this one. I mean, we've known each other for 2 years now. Muskan, you are pursuing your BA CEP at Christ University, and I would want to use this time of yours and this conversation to guide a lot of people per se about CEP as a course, about Christ University, your journey at Christ University, things to do, not do, all of that. So let's make it informative and super fun. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Muskan Wali. I was born and brought up in Chandigarh, Punjab, and from past 2 years I am staying in Bangalore. I am a second year student, currently in my fourth semester, pursuing my triple majors in bachelor's in communication and media, psychology and literature. And yeah, that's it about me.
Okay, guys, she's being very modest. I know a lot about what she's doing, and don't worry, I will keep picking it up during the whole conversation. But just to start with, Muskan, I mean, coming all the way from Chandigarh to Bangalore, a huge shift, first and foremost. Secondly, this course, in usual, like, I mean, not like everybody's first choice, but then also everybody's first choice. So, I mean, what were the other options that you had rather than choosing Christ, and why did you think that moving all the way from Chandigarh to Bangalore made sense for you? Because I know a lot of people in the Punjab region, North, they always look at Delhi University or just to be near to their home. So, why did you take this call?
So, initially, when I was shortlisting my colleges, my parents wanted me to go to IP University, which is in Delhi. I had got into VIPS, which was offering me a BJMC. That's a Bachelor's in Journalism and Mass Media. But the thing is, I wanted to explore myself more, and the one of the biggest reasons I chose Christ was Christ believes in holistic education. So Christ is really good when it comes to extracurricular activities. So I'm that one person who will be staying in class 40%, but 60% of the time for the whole semester I'll be out because of this. Some fest is coming, doing some activity. So that was one of the biggest reasons. I always wanted to focus more on my extracurricular activities in college. I was straight. I knew by grade 12, that I don't want to do a lot towards education, but I want to explore myself more. And Bangalore, being Bangalore, Bangalore is a startup hub. So I know a lot of people here who are working here. They have started their own businesses, and so it's a very welcoming city. And one of the another reason I wanted to shift to Bangalore was the weather. I think Bangalore's weather is amazing.
Yes.
So when I was also shortlisting some colleges, I was targeting OP Jindal. OP Jindal is a very good college for BJMC. I was trying for Symbiosis Pune, even though I got in, but I still wanted to choose a triple major than just a single major. And I think St. Xavier's Bombay was another option I was looking into consideration before coming to Christ.
Okay. So, shortlisting Christ. Now, I mean, I don't know if you know, but through our stats and data, BA in CEP, which is communications, mass media communications, English and psychology, has been one of the most demanded courses at Christ. We see that with the number of influx of people applying and then people getting rejected. So, what do you think? Why is this course so special? I mean, why do so many people end up applying for this course? What do you think is the reason?
Because I think one of the biggest reasons people like doing this course is because it opens up a lot of opportunities for you. So you're not just doing a single major, you're doing triple major. So you can pursue psychology in future. You can also be a literature professor, or you can even come in media industry, do filmmaking. So a lot of my friends who had little interest towards literature today have now taken up psychology and are doing HR. Like a lot of people do HR after taking psychology. People do filmmaking, people go do cinematography. So I think it opens up a lot of domains.
Great, great. Yeah, that's true. Even I think even in my batch at Christ, I mean the whole batch of that year, I feel that all the creative people were from this particular course, and they're literally killing it in life. I mean they're doing very unusual and unique stuff, and some like really path-breaking stuff. So that's super good. Now, before I move and dwell more into the course in your life, Christ, as usual, the forms are out and there is an entrance test, there's an interview, there's a micro presentation. You've been through all of that, and naturally, I know it because I was a part of that journey too. Would you suggest to people who are currently preparing for this course, all from all angles, like entrance test angle, interview angle, micro presentation angle? What would be your key takeaways that do this, don't do that, all that?
See, what happened with me was when I entered my grade 12, I started preparing for I started preparing from a coaching class. So I was sure that I had to do my media, and I was targeting 5-6 colleges, and Christ was always a priority for me. So I started taking coaching classes for subjects like logical reasoning, verbal ability, quantitative aptitude, media aptitude from 1 year. So by the time entrance came to me, I was pretty prepared. I also did a crash course probably in the month of January and February because I had my entrance in the month of March. But what I would suggest to all the students who have not done any preparation till now, I'll say read a lot of current affairs, because probably for a media student, current affairs is the key. You'll have like more than 60 questions just from general static GK. You'll have a lot of current affair questions, so read as much as you can. You'll also have a lot of questions on verbal ability, since this course also has a subject called English. English will be very easy, but current affairs and GK is something you need to really put in a lot of effort. Do basic questions from logical reasoning. So there is this thing called blood relations, family tree. I remember I used to do them because it was very hard for me to remember all those things. But I remember I was struggling doing such questions because I was really bad at logical reasoning. So do basic questions from logical reasoning. And if you have time, go search on the internet some questions related to media. So there were also some questions, 10 to 15 questions related to just journalism or just media. Like I remember one question was asked, who is the brand ambassador and the owner of Red Chillies production? So we know that Shah Rukh Khan. So such related questions were also there in the exam. So I think prepare well for the entrance part, but I would also say one more thing. Entrance is 30 to 35 to 40%. There's no particular ratio, honestly. The main thing and the main cracking deal is your interview.
Yeah.
If you can ace your interview, I can promise you can get into Christ, because Christ people definitely, they take into consideration your 10th, 11th, 12th score. They did ask me my score.
Yeah.
They did see my entrance exam, but the cracking deal was the interview and the micro presentation. Just focus on your interview, because they really want to see the way you talk. How can you as a person carry yourself in a very different city with people from very different region, and how can you contribute personally in a classroom. So I think they would want to see your classroom contribution a lot.
Right. And how did you, I mean, I know it, but yeah, how did you prepare for the interviews and micro presentations, Muskan?
So guys, for all those of you who don't know, I took 2 sessions from Kavach only. By the time I had given my entrance exam in March. I think I remember 21st March. I remember all the dates very well.
The date. Wow.
Yeah, 21st March 2021. I had given my Ashoka entrance and UPES Dehradun entrance before that, and I got in there. But I was focusing mainly on Christ. So I remember 21st March I gave my entrance exam. And 3 days later, 24th March was my interview. I got a mail from Christ people that you will be having an interview for 10 minutes. So I started panicking because I was not prepared for the interview. So what was the thing was, I remember Kavach started putting videos right from 2020 lockdown. Yeah. And I was following you from that time because I was in 12th grade, and just to chill, I used to see your live videos. I used to see how college in Bangalore works. So I was following you from a very, very long period of time, even before you knew about my existence. So after giving the interview, I booked 1 session with you, and that time I remember you gave me a score of 6 out of 10 for my interview. And that time I realized, okay, next interview I have to literally get a 9.5. And I remember you gave me a 9 the next time.
Oh, wow, I did. Oh, wow, great.
Yeah, you gave me a 9. I remember you gave me a 6 for the first time. Second time I got a 9 out of 10. Then you told me there are chances. So I was like, that time I was pretty chill. Yeah. So I remember I took questions from you. I think taking this session would be better.
Yeah, oh, thank you for that. But yeah, I'll tell you, I think I very vividly remember the interview session that you had with me. Both of them. First one as well as the second one, because you had that, like that spark that, I talk about in my personal sessions. You had that, and I really liked, like, from the first session, whatever feedback that I gave you about your interview things, whatever the little loopholes that you were kind of missing, were all taken care of in the second one that you came. So by the time that you hit like a 9, I knew that, hey, this girl is making it through, like, I might as well not do this if you don't make it through. And I was so glad that you actually made it through at Christ, and I was, very happy with the result that came in. And like, thank you for telling, all the people about it, because I feel like, again, interviews at Christ are really important. Sessions like the personal session, like the interview preparation 101 decoding micro presentation session, would like really put the people up on that ladder, because sometimes even the smartest of the people miss out on the very basic things. They feel that videos dekh liye and we know about it, ek do senior se baat kar liya. But once you're putting yourself in the preparation mode for interviews and micro presentation, that's when I think that little edge over the others comes in.
Yeah, I totally agree, because my entrance went pretty above average. I won't say it was the best exam, but I remember out of 120 questions, I attempted approximately 100 questions, and I was sure I'll get a 90 score, because I remember there was negative marking 0.25.
Yeah,
there was a minus 0.25.
Oh, wow, your memory is so good, yeah.
I was psychology student. I remember that very well, because I was taking the entrance very seriously. So I remember I attempted 100 questions, 20 questions were left from GK, because I was like, I'm gonna screw them up. So I left GK questions, and I was sure that I will get a score of 90, 92, but it was pretty average score. But the deal cracking thing was the interview, because a lot of my friends who are scholars were the one people who could not make into Christ because their interview went pretty bad. So I've been that one person who was always average in studies. Okay, I've never been that great in the exams. I was always crying for marks, and I was like, I never wanted marks and all, because my parents also knew for a fact that studies is something not for me. I want to do something more than just studies. So I think interview is something which is the whole equation revolves around your interview and micro presentation. Utmost priority should be your interview.
Yeah, thank you so much for telling this to all the people who are going to be watching it, because even I keep telling them, hey, interview, micro presentations, please book your sessions, please take them, it will really help you. Muskan, now getting that aside, and preparation bit of it is done. 2 years into Christ, I have been following your journey throughout, and you have been doing really very well. For all those who don't know, guys, Muskan is an author and she's written 2 books. I will surely be putting down the link in the description below of your books, so if somebody wants to go purchase them, please do it. I think it's very beautifully written books. You are also into theater at Christ University. You sing as well, and I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of things that you do even I don't know. How do you get to manage time? Because all the people that I interview and get on here in this video call, I hear that, hey, Christ is super hectic, and I know it is super hectic for your course also. So what's your routine like, and how have you been able to manage this whole journey with doing so many things?
Honestly, I'll tell you, my routine is very hectic. I mostly do not get time to talk to my parents also. Like, I wake up by 8, by 9 I'm in college without breakfast, because obviously I miss my breakfast because I have to get ready. So breakfast is skipped always. But we have 2 fests coming up every odd and even semester. That's Darpan and Blossoms. So 1 month into college, and Darpan and Blossoms is here. In September you have Darpan, in March you have Blossoms. So 2 months before that, you have to come to college 6 a.m. in the morning, because you have practices and you can't miss those practices. So 5 o'clock, 5:30, you reach college. Like 5:30ish, you reach college. And 6 o'clock, the practices begin, and you genuinely need to be on time. Otherwise, your team punishes you for that also.
I know they're fines. They're fines. They're fines as well.
For us, we don't have fines, but yeah, we need to be on time. That's a sure thing. Then in college, you attend 9 to 4. You attend all the classes. I'm in student welfare office, so a lot of times I can miss my classes and get free attendance, because student welfare office voluntary body and main organization, so I get that benefit of doubt for sure. I get free attendance. But after 4, again, you have practices, you have other things, you have a lot of meetings in college. So by 6:30, if you're lucky, by 7 you'll be free from college. But if you're not lucky, then you can sit in college till 8:30 and chill with your theater team people, with your football team people, with your dance team people. But honestly, I'll tell you one thing. after 4, the Christ University vibe is beautiful because nobody's studying, everybody's here, there practicing, and someone's laughing, someone's crying, someone is shouting. It's a beautiful, beautiful vibe. And honestly, I will tell you, it is a little hectic to manage everything because in my first year, also in my second year, also I was not able to manage a lot of things together. This is a very my personal honest opinion. Yes, it's very, very hectic, but I think you need to prioritize your things very well. Like if you know you're in first year and you are still pretty chill, in second year you're pretty chill, so you can take it little lightly. But by the time you reach third year, you need to make your priorities straight, that okay, you have your coaching classes as well, you have to do your student welfare office work as well, you are also ahead of a theater team. So I think just I won't say you start working 1 month before exams or you start studying 1 month before exam. I've seen people who study one night before exam and also score great marks. Then I've seen also those people who are studying 10 days before exam and also not being able to pass the exam. So I would also say just prioritize and try to manage yourself and also focus on your health also, because it sometimes become very, very tiring and you can also fall sick. And also I was during my theater practices and my SW work going on, there was time I used to fall sick and was not able to go to college for 3-4 days. So it is hectic, but just keep your priorities straight and make a timetable. I know it's very hard to follow that because I was never able to follow it, but I'm trying to. So
no, Muskan, I mean, so 8 o'clock if the college gets over, when do you get time to write books and all that, yeah?
I write books in holidays.
Okay.
Whenever I get holidays.
Great.
I
And
do not write in a normal college day because my brain is not working that time. That time I just need a bed and I want to sleep.
Great, great. Okay, Muskan, towards the end, what would be that 2 good and 2 bad things about your university, your course, and what would it be?
One of the good things I know about after being in Christ for past 2 years is they've helped me develop my personality a lot. Personality development has happened. This is something my parents have also told me. This is something my friends have also told me. I've changed a lot. I see things in a very, very practical point of view now, not that very fairy tale Bollywood thing now. That's gone and that's done and dusted. Also, I think I got to know what I like being in college. So I remember in 11th and 12th, I was like, I want to do an MBA after doing my graduation in media. But when I came to college, I realized how much I like doing media, how much I like doing theater. And that is the time I realized that I want to make a career in the entertainment industry, in the media industry. So, college, Christ University helped me find my true self, find my true potential. Because the professors of my department, I mean, all the department, the professor and the faculty members are very, very, very nice. They're very, very helpful to you. But my professors, specifically from the media department, they've helped me a lot. So we have subjects like print journalism, we have subjects like social media, we have subjects like software for media. I loved doing that. So the professors have been very, very sweet. They actually help you find internships also. So I think the faculty members is the best thing. The faculty members are the best in college.
Wow.
One of the basic disadvantage would be being in Christ is homesickness, because I get homesick a lot.
Okay.
Whenever you were, having a bad day and you're like missing home. So this Diwali, I was not able to go home. So homesickness is something which will always stay. And honestly, I don't have any more disadvantage because it's always been onwards and upwards. And the course is very, very nice. Even though it's a very hectic course because you have a triple major degree, you need to do psychology, then you need to also do literature, then you need to also do media. It's very, very hectic, but it's a beautiful course. It's a very, very nice course. Like, I am enjoying studying media. I'm genuinely enjoying studying what I'm doing right now.
Right. Great, yeah, Muskan. That has been super, super good. We had a great conversation. All right, then thank you so much, Muskan, for your time and putting this conversation out. I just wanted to talk a little bit about CEP because we get so much demand. It's one of the most demanded courses. But yeah, thanks a lot for being here and for doing this one. I would cut the conversation. So bye-bye. And please ask everybody to follow, subscribe. Yeah, do that, please.
Guys, please follow Kavach's channel. I got into Christ because of him and I'll do my masters because of him. So
oh yeah, that
please follow his channel.
Great. Chalo. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye.